Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
The fact that my son Michael's body is still out there not found, there is no real sense of relief for me, stated mother of murder victim Michael Castro. Melanie Guerrero last saw Castro in October of last year. She filed the initial missing person complaint with the Guam Police Department.
If something is wrong with Michael or he's no longer alive, I cannot believe that any of his friends or people that he was affiliated with would actually, knowing who Michael is and the kind of heart he has, that they would actually hurt him. So I have to believe that he is still alive. You know, I have to do that until I actually um, see it for myself, see him that something is wrong. I'm going to believe that Michael is still alive, and I have to have hope that he still is. And I'm not going to give up until we find him.
That's an interview from roughly 8 months ago when Guerrero first spoke with KUAM on her son's case. Since then, she has pushed for answers, fought for justice, and was hopeful that her son would be found. Sadly, that was not the case, as the news broke last week that Castro was shot to death and his body was allegedly dumped into the ocean by person of interest, 23-year-old Nicholas Moore. Moore was allegedly on the run to avoid prosecution as he was captured in Florida by local and federal authorities. According to Guerrero, her son and Moore were friends for the past 2 years. She says, quote, his mother can still see her son alive and tell him I love you. I will never get to hear my son Michael's voice again or hear the words, Ma, I love you. Moore is being extradited back to Guam to answer to local and federal charges for the death of Castro and an additional ongoing shooting investigation. Although Guerrero says nothing that happens now is going to bring back the early morning before her son was so brutally killed, shot multiple times, blood splattered inside with bullet holes in his car, and dumped at the sea, as court documents stated. Castro was a son, a brother, a father, and a friend. Guerrero states, his daughter doesn't get to hear the words Daddy loves you, my little princess. Michael will never be here to see her turn 9. Michael won't be there when she celebrates the milestones in her life, graduation, marriage, her first baby. Guerrero says they will continue to celebrate Castro's life at every birthday and holiday. He will always be treasured in their hearts and home. Quote, we will not allow this tragedy to rob us of Michael's memory and who he meant to us, says Guerrero. For anyone experiencing the similar loss, Guerrero shares this message. It doesn't get easier. Believe that this is God's battle, and not ours, because it is. God will show you where your loved ones are, and that heaven does exist. Guerrero says she will never feel a sense of justice until Michael's remains are found and her son has a proper burial he deserves. Castro's mother concluded her statement with, quote, you are so deeply loved, Michael.
He's no longer alive. I cannot believe that any of his friends or people that he